Hello class, this week I would like you to work with probability decision trees or decision tree diagrams or probability tree diagrams. If you search for those keywords, you see examples of them. There are many tools that could help you create these. You could also create this in a Microsoft Word document or Google Drive. It's up to you. I chose to sign up for the 7-day free trial of a SmartDraw. In the past, in my dissertation, when I had decision trees, I had another tool that I paid for. There are other tools such as Creately that would help you create trees, and perhaps for the probabilities you would need to add a text box or a tag to make sure all the information that we need for this activity is there. So I have restructuring to a matrix organization as a question. This is going to be one of my action items that I have listed in my assignment 2 or assignment 3 as something that we need to do for the organization to be getting into the new shape that we want to as the CIO. So this is an action, and the questions the question I have is that which one of these ways is making financial sense. So if I want to restructure, there are two options: full-fledged restructuring needed or revisions suffice. If I need to do full-fledged, I need to devise new policies, I need to do team assignments, I need to do update a lot of system and access control. That's going to cost me 100K. And keep in mind that there is a probability associated with this, but 80% is the probability by which I may need to do the full-fledged. So this is actually a chance node, we call it. A chance node is a node that the outcome or possibilities somehow are not known at the beginning. So as your project work evolves, your tenure as a CIO continues, you will know this probability better, but at the beginning you won't know them, so you would have to kind of deal with them as an uncertainty. So there is also a chance, a 20% chance, that I would just need to revise policies to allow for effective flow of information with minimum modification to the hierarchy, and that's going to cost me 50K. And if I do nothing, devise action items for handling the inefficient reporting procedures, that's gonna cost me 70K. So my question is that, do I go for restructuring or not? Knowing that if I don't do restructuring, I have to spend 70K to make sure things still work despite the inefficiencies. If I go for a restructuring, then by 80% chance I may need to do full-fledged, and that's gonna cost me 100,000. 20% chance I could get by just doing the minimum changes. So 20%, and that's 50K. And there is a process for us to calculate which route to go. So I put some words here, and I call it expected cost of restructuring. That's going to be let me see. That's going to be the probability times the cost for option 1. That's 80% times 100K, plus the probability times the cost for option 2, and that's going to be adding those values, 80K plus 10K, that's 90K expected cost of restructuring. So you have 90K up there, 70K down here, based on this decision tree analysis based on these probabilities, based on these costs, you would go with this option. You do not restructure. Instead, you devise action items for handling the inefficient reporting procedures, and that's going to cost you only $70K. So for your decision tree analysis, I want you to focus on one of the action items that you have devised over the past few weeks or you're working on for this week's assignment, and then create a decision tree like this with at least one choice and one a probability node, meaning that the outcomes and their probabilities, they're not certain. The outcomes are not certain. You assign probabilities to them, and then you would do the expected value calculation. Here is expected cost, sometimes is expected revenue, depending on how you are writing your action items. And this is how you calculate it: probability times the value, and then you add them up, compare this branch to this branch, and you would suggest to the organization that they should go by one option. Thank you.